Just might be kind of fun. Now, we did lose our save that we had last time, so I've been trying to recreate the file for the most part, but getting close to where we were last time when we dropped this game, but we'll be kind of still playing through it as it is an excellent game. I'll be voice acting the parts that aren't necessarily voice acted, since there is some great voice acting in the game. It's just not all, what do you call it? There we go. Now you can see me. Hi. It's just not completely voice acted, so I'm gonna go with it for now. So we are.
Sure.
Oh man, that's super loud. Hold on 1 second. Select just one point. Oh shit. Older Roadman. Four figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figure closest to the machine stands out amongst the many. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with two protrusions that jut out like wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
Okay. Welcome to the cult. Drink the lemonade. Uh-oh. That doesn't look particularly good for us. Whoa, it's sucking the life out of that guy. And that guy. Third guy. Yep, not as... Same there. I thought you'd like this one. Holy shit. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet, and the air is still. Then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Lights flood your vision, and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land. The pain wells into the back of your skull, washing away your last thoughts into a black, unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end of the great pillar of the adra pierces the floor from below. Its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus, much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours, but not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them. They are all questions, crushing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered. Or... At the base of the pillar now, you see a man with thick gray beard and a ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried, while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him. One question above all, and that question spins madly in your mind. I forgot about this part. My friends are dead. Omphalion, you awaken to find your malaise has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. You have tinnitus. No. Movement flits through your periphery. But when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way, that. An involuntary paranoid tic. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. One of your characters has become fatigued. Fatigue represents a physical and psychological wear and tear on a demanding activity of a character. It is most commonly received as an injury, but when a character is knocked out. But some scripted interactions will result in fatigue as they are especially grueling. Fatigue goes through multiple stages, initially inflicting minor penalties, but growing over time. Resting is the easiest way to remove the effects of fatigue, though some consumables can also remove fatigue. Heoden and Kaliska lie bloody in the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Visions and Whispers. Your character has earned enough experience to advance a level. Click the icon above their portrait to level them up. Let's go ahead and grab the... Oh my god.
I can think of a better place for this stuff.
Oof. Alright. We'll go ahead and level up and hopefully that'll... Alright. So, leveling up, let's take a look here. We've got... close that. Let's see. Lore is... Trivia, occult, esoteric topics. I have a lore... high levels. Allows you to read, use higher level scrolls. Now, we'll go ahead and... Stealth, I think, is going to be pretty nice for us. We have 6 points, so we're going to go ahead and put some in stealth. Acrobatics seems pretty important, especially in these cutscenes, so we're going to go ahead and put a point into that. Mechanics, we haven't really come across too much mechanics, and that's not kind of really what we're building here. This would be kind of more if we were a traditional rogue, which we're kind of like this composite spellcaster fighter, so we're going to go ahead and leave that one. And then survival, let me see, damage reduction, you received healing multiplayer, bonus movement, accuracy bonus versus creature type. And you can be used in conversation, so we'll grab one of those. Up our lore, since it seems to be one of our main opportunity areas that we embrace. And then we've got 2 points left, so let's go ahead and get... and so each of these now cost 2. So let's go ahead and grab one more point. We're going to put it in lore just because I enjoy reading all of the lore that we uncover. So we'll go ahead and hit the next button. Now, we can choose a new crazy power. So we have antipathic field. Creates a toxic physical manifestation of a mutual antipathy between a cipher and enemy target. Enemies caught in the path will receive corrosive damage. So it requires 10 focus, average casting time speed, 15 meters, 6-second duration, and interrupt at 0.5 second average. That's 15 to 20 corrode damage, accuracy versus reflex, so they can try to dodge it. And then the user 20% beam damage. Beam damage. Okay, that's pretty good. We have Eye Strike, which causes blindness and dazes somebody. And it's accuracy versus fortitude. So if you hit that and they try to shake it off. Take a look at that one. And then Soul Shock briefly transforms the outer shell of an allied targeted soul into energy, releasing an electrical burst around them. Characters standing in the area around the target take shock damage. Okay, so you just basically AoE shock. Tenuous Grasp. Assail the target's grasp on reality, frightening and confusing them. Frightened. Now, what do they do when they're frightened? Resolve and dexterity reduced by 2, and accuracy was reduced by 10. That can be pretty good for reduced accuracy, just because accuracy is huge in this. But I think we're going to need the damage being on our own now of the antipathic field. So we'll go and grab that one. Oh, wait a minute. Do we have... No. Okay, no level 2. Okay. And then our talents. We have 1 remaining, and we need to figure out what we want to use this at. So we can do Apprentice Sneak Attack, which will help our overall sneak attack damage. Now let's see. Okay, so allows the character imitate the brutal opportunistic strikes of a rogue's sneak attack, taking advantage of their opponents when they're at their most vulnerable. Pretty nice. But I don't really think we should go to... Ooh. We can get some missiles, magic missiles. As a hedge wizard, the character has learned to duplicate the effects of one of the most popular spells, Minoletta's Minor Missiles. Because the character does not use a grimoire as a wizard does, the effect is not quite as powerful. Crush or corrode damage, 11 to 20. Perfect. Okay, so these look like these are the class-specific ones, and then you can kind of dip into other classes with the others. So let's kind of take a look at our class ones, just make sure. Okay, a Soul Whip can bite deeper, granting bonus damage, which is pretty nice. Psychic Backlash invokes a retaliatory strike, stunning an enemy whenever the target they target the cipher's will defense. So if somebody tries to impose like some sort of condition on us, it'll bounce back and hopefully hit them. Draining Whip. Let's see, allows it. Draining Whip has the power of the cipher's Soul Whip, regenerating focus more quickly. Now that is pretty good. Greater focus, get 10 max focus, also good. I'd say let's go with the Draining Whip for now, although there is so many talents to go over. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's stick with the class 1 for now. We're going to do the Draining Whip to get some 33% more soul focus. Psychic Whip. Next. All right. Now we are done leveling up our adventurer whose head is on fire. Alright, I hate to leave them there, but every adventurer knows we need your items. So, inventory. Make sure I got all the rest thing. After leveling up, you want to open your statistics and open the character sheet. Balanced grade duplicated damage. Perfect, so. Ooh. Interesting. Some whispers for us in the background. Alright, so it looks like we're doing pretty decent here. So we have a mail armor, DR9, damage reduction. Looks like that's pretty common. Let's see if anybody had any better ones. DR9, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. And then hunting bow. Do we have a crossbow? Is 29 pierce damage. Okay, so it's daggers. Wow, these are as good as my rapier, but I like the I like how my best weapon right now is a torch. It's pretty nice. Don't want a shield yet. Any of these might be nice though. So right now I have a neck piece that's better. Can't wear helms because my head is on fire, and unfortunately it means I can't wear hats, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. You have the best head bludgeoning torch. Although now that I'm out of the cave, I'm probably going to switch up the torch for one of these daggers just because it's pretty nice. So we'll go that right now. No. Right here. So there we go. Dagger. Because we're a dual wielding homie, yo. Alright. Lockpicks. Ooh, these hatchets are pretty decent. How's my gun? The Disappointer. It's a two-handed pistol that fires super slow. So we're gonna go and leave that for now. Stiletto though? What's the difference between the dagger and the stiletto? DR reduction. Or accurate. Let's do DR reduction. That seems really nice. And it looks cool. Gotta look cool, y'all. Oh my god, I forgot we have pets. I got a little pet. Look at the dragon. Sure. All right. Whoa. Somebody strapped to a wheel. Okay. So we definitely have something going on. Maybe our psychic powers are going crazy. Yes, yeah, this is Pillars of Eternity, super D&D like. My whole party but me just died after they powered up this weird, crazy thing with all of these poor guys. Oh, I touched them and they became dust. Let's see if this guy is. Oh shit! I think somebody being burned at the cross. Yeah. Yeah, we'll grab his. Run over and touch it. Make it go away. Okay. And then, okay, so we got vessel flesh. This is a massive structure formed of stone, adra, and copper. The covered in strange glyphs. The air around it has an unusual energy. Go away! I ain't getting closer, can I? I cannot do it. Okay. Alright. I guess we'll just... Oh, what? There's another little pillar over here. You saying shields up? What you're trying to tell me? Oh, could you believe those sneakers had the wings out sneakers just perfect for you? All right, so we're gonna go. All right, so we are at Silonklis. We will head back to the Valewood, I guess, because we got screwed up. Takes 6 hours. Yep. Now we're suffering from exhaustion, so that can be a little bad for us. I'm gonna more center myself. There we go. Oh, what do you think of using this microphone? Does it sound a little better? Oh shit. Alright, so we're gonna go with stealth. No, not slow. Is it spacebar? I gotta look up what stealth is. It's been a while since I played this one. Rose. Scouting. What is the stealth button? Abilities. Okay. Could have sworn stealth was like S or something. Okay, so party select all is backspace. I'm just gotta go. How do I go stealthy? There we go. Got it.
They'll never know I'm here.
So this is... Oh, I should put my dragon away if I'm going to be sneaky. Even though he's a cute little dragon. So... This person is dead. See if we can find out what killed them. Camping supplies we'll take. Leather armor we'll take. That's weird. So it's kind of interesting. And unfortunately, I had to restart the game because it didn't save my save when I switched over computers. But this time I'm going to try to do it a little bit better than last time just because I think I got needlessly into the weeds last time. I wasn't paying enough attention. There's a stealth guy right there. Do you see him? Thinks he's all stealthy. Gotcha. Hopefully you're not a ghost. You are. Oh, what's that? Blood moss. Okay. Maybe we can find out where that ghost went. Oh my god, it's just a cliff. That was a ghost. Straight up ghost. Cool. Thought it was a stealthy guy, but that was a ghost. Alright. Found a ghost. Cool, 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 cool. Dead guy and his ghost walking away. Now, make our way. Looks like pretty much only one way we can go. Down through here, being sneaky. 'Cause I don't wanna die as I'm on my own. Alright. Gotta stop singing. Ooh. Ah! Ah! What the fuck? What is that? There's another dead person who I'm pretty sure I saw their exact ghost soul just run past. Well, let's go see what they died of. Oh, I can't even cross the river here? Across the river? Oh, okay. I just can't click into the river. Okay. The hell? Why am I seeing a bunch of dead people? Where did that soul go? I remember nothing of this. Must have a bag of holding or something. Oh, shit. Kobold of some sort, which I'm in no place to fucking fight with or argue with. Probably rest soon, but I'm gonna see if I can make it to town first. Ooh, what is this? A big old cave that I should probably not go into until I'm healed. Good to know it's there. So you can see this is the scouting part of the mission. The more you scout, the more you find, the better loot you get. No, that's not necessarily true. Ooh, what is that? Oh, big wolf. I can get this and get away. Ooh, he almost sees me. Okay. You saw the little thing. I know, it is super quiet. Oh, one of your headphones is broken. That's not good. Well, that explains why it was so quiet. Any good movies lately? Just watched Into the Spider-Verse again. I'm low-key obsessed with that movie. In low-key, it like... This is like only the second time... Ooh. I had watched it, and, like, man, the so many more undertones and shit that you don't necessarily miss, but you just don't think about as much the first time around, like... especially like the reality of Peter B. That's what I'm going to be. I was actually just getting to that. I'm going to do the Peter B. Parker for Halloween. That's fucking hilarious that you say that. Like, that was literally what I was going to tell you. Yeah. Because I just, I feel like it's such an important, like, movie in the fact that it literally represents every single piece of the fandom I can think of.
Easy does it.
And, woo, part of the whole point of the story is anybody can be Spider-Man and anybody can be into... Oh yeah, let's not sneak up on this guy and see what he has to say.
Hail, traveler.
Hail, traveler. Wait, that's Sam Riegel from... Critical Role. There we go, brain to start. So this man appears to be hurried, dismantling his camp in a quick, jerky movements. He looks up at you as you approach, his expression tense and drawn. Cannot speak. Greetings, he says with a little breathless. On your way south, is it? He wipes his brow, turning to face you. The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think. Alright, let's see. So what do we tell him? Oh man, I bet that is a kick-ass experience. I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds awesome. Because I have a PlayStation 4, I just haven't had a chance to get the game yet. Oh yeah, what do you think of using this microphone as opposed to the other one? Does it sound better to you? Is it nice? Is it even noticeable? I don't know. Let's see. Alright, let me see. Let's see. Passing through a menu reach. No, disk drive did not work. That's the main thing. I have to download it. That's why I can't borrow games, or else I would have borrowed it already from somebody. Oh, okay, perfect. Alright, so, never mind the wood. There's a strange machine up the ruins. No, there's a figure cut in black. Performing comes kind of right. Everyone was attacked. I've been trying to get to Gilded Bear. I think we're going to go with that. No, unfortunately, Steam does not translate to the PlayStation 4, and it's not on PC yet. The instant it hits PC, I will buy it, though. I'd probably play it on here. Alright, so I'm going to say attacked. Hard luck, and I'm sorry to hear it, but you should be fine from here. There's no missing the Vale if you keep to the road, if you haven't far to walk. Wait, I'm trying to decide what voice this guy should have. I use this kind of like NPC practice too, like where I can kind of use their descriptions and think of how they should sound. So this, I'm deciding he's kind of more of a travel salesman or something. Yeah, no, it does. The Steam doesn't cross-platform like that. You can't buy on Steam and then play on PlayStation, unfortunately. See, but you'll want to keep clear of this place. After that, we were just attacked north of here. Me and a friend of mine, we came out to hunt some deer. Came across the bear instead. Great monstrous thing, and Parley, he didn't make it. Shakes his head. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest has already cost me a friend, and I'm headed home before it takes anything else. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I'll ask everybody if they're interested in trading a Steam game for PlayStation 4 game. Who are you? Name's Norton, born and raised in Gilded Vale, and I haven't had a spot of luck since. His face twists. Luckier than Pearly, I suppose. In any case, okay, let's see. What happened to your friend? We didn't see it coming. Norton's voice shakes a little as he speaks. We were following a stag, Pearly. He saw something in the brambles, and we went tearing off after it. We all but stumbled into the cave, and poor Pearly didn't stand a chance. The bear was on top of him before we knew anything was happening. Beasts will take what they will, I suppose. He smiles sadly. This time, Galloway's favor fell upon them. No, I definitely mean to. It's just, it's been crazy. Yeah, I'll I don't know. Should I hit her up on text message? What's the best way to get in contact with her nowadays? Where did you find this bear? In a cave up that way. Enzo points southwest. I wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast, and I would hate to hear it took another life. Farewell. Grab some reeds.
They'll never know I'm here.
Yeah. Still being watched by that guy. Going down. There's a wicked, terrible beastie around here somewhere. Sneaking around. Ooh. Look, ruins! Dexter call. Okay. That's another wolf. There's another wolf. Too weak to fuck around with wolves right now. I guess I'll stick to the path for now. So I can get some teammates to help me along. Gilded there. This is a kind of like a weird psyker, half melee, half psychic ability class. Because it's kind of like an expansive, like its own version of the D&D and classes like that. See what they all did in a second when it gets back. Intellect and affects area of effect. Oh, there we go.
We got time to catch our breath.
So I am a cipher. Yes. Level 1 cipher spells. And
they'll never know I'm here.
better stealth some more since I'm a single man on a mission. Get pretty fucked up. Oh no, this is the town. Oh man, are you ready for this? They do. Look at this shit. This is where this game goes totally crazy. A really good storytelling here.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
He glances at the gnarled, leafless monstrosity of a tree next to him. As you approach, his skin is dull and gray as the desolate village behind him. He scans you with a sunken, lifeless eye. You welcome everyone this way. You mad? Nobody in this place looks half empty. I feel home already. I might reconsider your lord's offer. I'm gonna go with the, do you welcome everyone this way? The only answer you hear is the buzzing of flies for free.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
What are you talking about?
An infant born without a soul, of course. Lord Radric has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village.
Now you see where we're getting kind of crazy.
I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
He steps to the side and inclines his head ever so slightly towards the deformed tree. His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It'll have to wait until after the birth. He folds his arms. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Redric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find a temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here. I did the best with the voice. For some reason, there are strange gaps in the voice acting here in the game because it's actually Twitch funded. not Twitch, crowdfunded on Kickstarter, and really excellent, amazing, especially considering that. And so that's why one of the reasons I chose to play this today is because there's so many different games with so many politics wrapped up in them. It's nice to just play something you know comes from just a good place of people wanting to create an awesome game and tell a kick-ass story. All right, let's see. I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a Bioac. Is there someone in town who could help? You said something about Hollowbound and Waidwin's legacy before. Before I got here, I saw several people can take. I probably don't want to tell them that. Let's go with the Hollowborn. He blinks. I forget you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge on the Deerwood for almost 15 years now. Children born without souls. He shakes his head. Pitiful, dumb things that breathe, barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease. Some say they are punishment from the god. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows, but they began spreading after the Saints' War, and so have been named Waidwin's legacy. Stuck in honor of that foul blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. I see. Lord Redrick decrees may seem strict at times, but he has the best intentions at heart. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's more important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand. It's too nosy. Okay. Let's do this. Don't want to hide my curse. Let's see what it is. You know, I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with the Bioac. Is there someone in town who could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter
Your
for an
problem?
animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak.
He points at a body hanging in the
Consider
tree.
yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radrick, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
That's right. She couldn't cure the lord of the town, and they strung her up so that way she wouldn't be lying about curing anybody else. Man.
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets.
God.
A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
All right. We tell him about the strange ceremony before the ruins. Watch him freak out, and then I die right here. He regards you carefully. You'll want to mind why you mention that. Trespassing in Igwithian ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Dorath have mercy, we certainly have. So, like I said, it's best to stay away from those sort of places. Right.
Keep out of...
Listen!
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3.
God.
Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radrick. I fear Lord Radrick's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same.
Ugh.
You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
A peculiar spasm comes across his face, and the corner of his mouth quirks up in a mirthless smile. What do you mean? Don't threaten me, little man. What happened? Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? He shrugs one bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps, but that is not of your concern. What do you mean? You come to us in a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of the Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of the Barath must be redoubled. He sets a steady gaze on you. Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? I can be sure of nothing now, I advise you to get some rest. The inn. Or stable for all I care. Find me afterwards and I will know more soon enough. Oh, farewell. Visions and whispers. 600 experience points gained. Hey there.
Looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Matt Mercer, everybody. Looking for anyone who can help me feel better. Strange way to talk about your dead. He gives an understanding nod as he takes a long drag from his pipe. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the village around. Man smiles broadly. Welcome to our lovely village. Scattered between the roots are bracelets of twine and bead, wilting flowers, and notes half erased by oh. Continue onward then. I remember something else happening here. How do I inspect things? I need to... Settler's arrow. It's not the baby. Maybe Kolsk's managed to. Are you mad? Leave it for me. Guess I can't go. Oh, that little gap isn't a gap. That's okay. We'll go to the inn, sleep, and see if what dreams may bring us. Not to be too ominous. Oh, look at this. Things are bound now. Blackhound's Inn is fine smoke. Fine place to have a sit and have a smoke. Hela. You see 4 people gathered by the door of the inn, their voices raised in chopping gestures in an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises its hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest enough.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Matt Mercer again.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
She spits at his feet. What's going on? One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red just from drink, but his gaze is focused. Wanting us while we shelters in our village, just to goes to show you what these fancy deer manners are worth. We don't take kind to that treat. We don't take to that kind of treatment, not from foreigners, and especially not from Eldarians.
Go on, say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Close.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Ah, yeah.
That's where you're wrong.
She draws her blade. I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. Back down, all of you. This is absurd. This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be drinking inside than arguing out here? You're not going to take that from him, are you? We don't want any of your charity either, foreigner. Sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Oh, shit. Alright, gotta kill some of these guys. Alright, Whispers of Treason. Let's go ahead and... Nah, let's do the antipathetic field. Ooh, these are all... Let's do this guy. Seems closest. Oof, I'm really roughed up here. Okay, so... Oh, okay. That works really well. So I'm just going to stab her. Oh my god! That was not a fair fight. At the last of the attackers fall, and the elf turns to you, tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that. awkward situation.
I'm glad I could help.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts. Though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
More local than I. He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with dirt and many months' travel. But the leatherwork beneath is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land.
Nice.
And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan Ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
A bivouac.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
What are you doing in the Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
He cocks his head, looking at you. You? I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed.
Hey!
The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
This is Pillars of Eternity. Went ahead and it's a game that was it's an older game. The second one's already out, but I decided to go back and play it from the beginning as it has a lot of great voice acting, and it was actually crowdfunded on Kickstarter. And so with all of the major players and video games being kind of shitty right now, I decided to hop into one that I knew came from a good place, and so I did. His darting glance takes in the tumble-down buildings and the fallow rock-strewn fields. I expect that expertise would be best sought elsewhere. You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yet,
down.
circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
And just how did you manage to cross those 3 trunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. And I got a dude suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easy after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment, he looks like if he's going to say something else, and his expression brightens with mischief. But before he speaks, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you almost expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
So do I. Let's go then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Woo, got a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, these guys were pissed off. Definitely take the money. I don't care too much. Oh, I could probably sell the clothes. Let's see, a dagger. That's just as good as what I have. A club. Accurate 1. It's not bad.
Sure.
Alright, let's see what our wizard friend is equipped with. He's got medium armor. The hood. Let's put him in something ridiculous since we have one of those silly hats. Bam. Wizard in a hat. Love it. Alright, and then we got this cloak. of the Obsidian Order, which I don't know if I don't know enough about the Obsidian Order. Bam. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's a great game. Doesn't really offer anything, which is good because I can't wear one. Let's see. Do you need any armor? 6, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. Can he wear medium armor? Oh, he already has a 6. Oh, recovery speed, -3. That's pretty good. And he has overseeing, so we'll not worry about replacing that. He's got a scepter and then a rapier, so we'll go ahead and leave him where he's at for now as far as that. We don't have anything better to give him. Oh, really? Okay, yeah, we did. I think we talked about it before, and then I actually have bought it since then and have been planning to do a stream. That's just trying to find the right mood for it, you know? So I'll probably be doing one of those, yeah, within October, because Hollow Knight is definitely an October game. And back to the inn. The priests are dedicated support spellcasters. Though their spells often have limited... Oh, yeah, no, don't worry. It'll be advertised on the stream and everything. I'll probably even tweet about it. We've seen Pearly around. We know Pearly died from a tragic getting attacked by a bear incident. Let's talk to...
How do you do?
Welcome to the Blackhound Inn. The innkeeper bows her head curtly. I thought there was no bow. Okay, please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by the way of a good meal today. She sighs. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. Let's see. I'll give you some reliable help. Anyone looking for work? You only serve porridge? I'd like to see what you have for sale. Loth opens his mouth but seems to consider. Nothing for me, thanks. Of course, we're running a little short on goods these days, but we ought to have more soon. Alright, let me see if I can just sell some stuff. Let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, I forgot. What do you... Right click for detail. Gun, hammer and chisel, light armor. The recovery speed on this might be worth the damage reduction. Oh no, I've got... Wait, hold on. Okay, 9, that's much better. No. Let's sell some of these daggers. Big old shield. These clubs from the poor people I just killed outside. Sell their clothes. Ooh, nice. Can we go? Kind of my first chance to get rid of some of this stuff. Let's see. It's in the stars. Also news. Oh, nice! You finished the latest chapter. Nice. Oh, and anger management. Or aggro management. That's different. Okay, I see what you're saying. Nice, man. Congratulations. I gotta figure out what this is. It's a scroll that I can use, but I don't think I learned anything from it. All right, see, torches are 2 copper piece. Now we'll keep those. They're just pretty good. All right, and then any of these ingredients worth anything? Not really. So we'll just go and trade these and get 250 copper pieces. That's always kind of nice. So we'll go and trade these. And now they have it, so I can buy it back at much more expensive. Like, look at this hide armor. 300. I paid 250 for everything. Alright, but that's okay. Yeah, level up 1 adventurer we can use our copper on, but I don't think we will. We're going to try to do kind of more of an organic party rather than hiring anybody. Retrain character? Oh, nice. I can retrain Aloth already. That's pretty neat. And party management. No companions available. Okay, so we'll go ahead and... Okay, oh, from the party management screen, you can see your allies, what they are to in the party. If you assign them to adventures, you can see how long it takes for them to complete their assignment. Recalling a companion or adventurer from a mission before it is completed will forfeit all potential rewards from that assignment. Good to know.
Well met, friend.
Need a room, please. Alright, so let's see, we can use the pride, lasts for 2 rests, get +2 resolve, or 1 perception and 1 mechanics if we use the laborer's rest. Oh, nice, that's kind of neat. At least they gave you something to do with it. Let's see. Inns allow character rest without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but you have to spend copper. You may consider more expensive options. The bonuses they provide last for a long time and affect the entire party. Okay. We're just going to do the common room for now to get some rest, since we don't have that much copper. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of the Gilded Vale's gallows tree. The creaking of its ropes grows louder in your mind till the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like a moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly your head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with new, wheezy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm that she is truly dead. Ooh. Oh damn. Oh, that's kind of sucks that you can't use your main squad that you normally always use. You find somebody to attack here. This guy looks different. Beg pardon, sir. Don't have much time for talking. All right then. Oh, cool. There's just some stuff on the table. Go ahead and take that. Okay. Got a book. I like books. Development of the Crucible Knight Part 2, Senior Ranks, Commander and Forge Master. Once a path is chosen, the knight's life is spent training in his preferred discipline. The pomp and formalities that surround his life up to this point are all but gone. The training is far more rigorous, and there are less ceremony to mark his progress. For most knights, Commander, Body, or Forge Master, Soul, are further than they will ever advance. The training of a knight at this level, while almost exclusively in the discipline he has chosen, is still rounded out with instruction from the other. A knight is not truly a knight if he does not have a full breadth of knowledge. When he passes from Justicar to Commander, the knight is given a blue cape to wear on his plate armor. When the Templars rises from the position of Forge Master, he's presented with a white cloak. Martial and Crucialer. After spent training, an elite knight that shows true leadership potential and promise is elevated to the next level. A knight of the body becomes a martial, and a knight of the soul becomes a Crucialer. At this point, he is in command of a small group of knights, Commander/Forge Master, and below. He is responsible for the recruitment, initiation, and advancement for new squires. Many knights do not want to advance to this level and beyond because their role becomes less hands-on and more advisory. Marshals are known by their purple capes, while Crucialers are distinguished by a gold cloak. Lord Justicar and Grand Templars. A marshal or Crucialer that shows true and effective command over the knights of his keeping may be offered a position as Lord Justicar of the body or Grand Templars of the soul. Truly a command position, a knight that accepts one of these roles will be removed from the front lines. Because of this, it is only the dedicated leaders that take either of these positions. Lord Marshal and Grand Crucialer. There is not a single knight that oversees the entire group. This responsibility is split between the Lord Marshal, body, and the Lord Crucialer, the soul. Any knight that advances to this position does not only with the supports of the knights as a whole, he must be nominated and selected by a majority of the knights. Once in the position, he is there for life. The Lord Marshal or Lord Cruciler may step down from his post if he so chooses, but that is only to retire from the life of a knight. The stress and responsibility of this position is such that many refuse it, even if they are capable of handling it. Lord Marshals and Cruculars are well known and generally respected through the land, not just within the knights. Oh, well-placed grenade. Oh, that's pretty good, as long as you got some grenades to do that. Oh, really? The story got even more crazy? That's nuts, man. I already read this one. Yes, yeah, okay. Cool, alright. Well, that was kind of neat. I don't normally get things just by clicking on tables, but let's take a look upstairs, see what we can find. Dude! I love that. Alright, so let's see. Grab a drink, friend. Not much worth in this town. Says the woman from Thane. Hey, we said we wouldn't mention Thane. Ooh.
I see where you're going with that.
Ooh. No. Only have 4 lockpicks. Let's see what's on the table, though. Yes. Gearwood history. Some more lockpicks. All right.
The work of a moment.
Ooh, better rapier, maybe? Maybe. It's the same rapier. That's okay. Padded armor. Duelist hat. Look at that thing. So it was like 6 to 7 in dark scale and it just went full 10? Jeez. Oh, hey, look. Is this your room? Please leave me be. I'm full of sickness and seen with this place and the people of I've seen it. Yeah, I can't blame you there. Go ahead and take this 10 years of dawn. Better not lockpick in front of them. Corner we went in. Let's check what's around the corner here. Oh, kitty. Oh, dog. Oh. Downstairs, intently at the covered window, cocks its head, waiting for a particular sound. Looks up as you approach and whines a low note, wagging it still slightly. You gotta pet the dog. Dog's tail happily thumps against the floorboard. Alright. Let's see what's in here. Oh, shit. Did I go outside? I didn't think I did. Whole chapter kind of selling the idea our team was either going to survive the operation or die together. But neither one of those happened? Oh, interesting. Let's go see the dead lady. Really? Holy hell. Only one left? Whoa. Caldera di Baranzi. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf. A woman dangles from the thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The loaded purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like a moth-eaten linen, bulges over the top of the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other, and the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it. You feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and here with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you've expanded enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt into your mind, a ringing, electrical surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes, and you feel yourself being pulled down into some deeper consciousness, in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she's staring at you with eyes clouded in milky fog. Her body still swaying in the wind. You no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives you a slow nod of her head, The rope creaks as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
How are you able to speak to me? I need some understanding of what happened to me. I think I survived a bivouac. You know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Said souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work.
Rimagan.
We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I need to understand what's happening to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there?
She nods.
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
Better times before you were dead.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
What do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
I'm imagining this. She considers
No,
a moment.
I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
And what happened to you? She laughs, a raspy, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. She sees your blank expression, catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer.
That's some shit.
Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence.
Interesting.
Do you know what I found?
Gonna guess nothing, but tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
Hey, you want to travel to a new, country to help the dude there, and then, oh yeah, he gets impatient and hangs you from a fucking tree with a bunch of other people. Crazy. What is an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are.
Holy shit. It's a hell of an admission.
But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other.
Oh, that's cool.
Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives.
What?
The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid.
Man, this is like psychologists or psychiatrists taken to 1,000,000. That is crazy. The lore they've written in this game is just so damn impressive.
It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no?
Oh.
I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Interesting. I had other questions.
Of course, dear.
I didn't. I love this. There's the RPG loop of, I had other questions. Goodbye. Farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Aldera closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose. And your surroundings seem to bleed into the vision from some unknown place of waiting. Omphalion was granted the Crucible of the Soul. Aloth looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you all right? You seem lost just now. Oh, damn. Okay, so let's take a look here. With ambush, greeted Master and to interact with M4A1. Eventually they taught it. thought it was enough, and they saved AR before they destroyed, but then they had to make sure that the SF didn't get a hold of M4A1 completely. Because once they got there, they killed... Oh my god! Leaving her trapped in her mind while she interacted with Mastermind. Got into her... That's right, yeah, because she did that to infiltrate. And then having the operation tampered with, decided to unleash the virus they had on the battlefield in full force. Holy shit. So no, we don't have like full biological weapons. I guess biomechanical virus? That's crazy. I'm a watcher. His eyes and his arched eyebrows recede into his hood. Oh, that is interesting. He gives you a smile, Glenn. And I expect that explains how you survived a bivouac, hmm? In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they're rare, and they seem to have a unique insight into certain soul conditions, as you just demonstrated. Let's continue on.
17.5.
Header. The smell of pipe smoke. The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin. You find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall. His pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17.5. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
Oh, well, hold on. So they seemed like it was part of the plan, it seems. Okay, and then I'm not sure about it. The military head seems to be delighted that it's being spread. Ooh, that's... They're trying to convert all of the mercenaries into their control. That's pretty crazy. I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
Oh man, they left her. They freaking arced her. They put her in just a warehouse by herself. That's fucked up. What makes you think I'm interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Oh, that's funny. Fuck the nobility. Alright. Do you know what a watcher is? I've been all out of sorts lately. Impossible, I don't drool half as much. What's it to you? Ha! So you're already familiar. Still, you've got to forgive my curiosity. Around here we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. You know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. Damn. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged? What's that supposed to mean? None taken. Don't be so sure. You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
A broken warehouse with rain pouring it? That is insane. That is a dark-ass freaking ending for a mobile game to have. They better be writing more. Let's see. Let's see. Why was your headman hanged? got involved. Frederick sent me down here the other day and said that he had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Redrick's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later. If not plotting against Redrick, then for protecting me. What does the town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to.
Ooh, nice.
Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
Damn.
Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Oh, man.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the Legacy started.
Yeah.
Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
Damn.
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedrick's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Eloth glances at you and lowers her voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. Ooh, Team Defiance. That sounds like a good team to be on. Who's Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's probably on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. The war. Saints' War. Only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's living incarnation of Aethys, overthrows Rediceris, marches on Deerwood. So we gave him a Deerwoodian hello. What's a Deerwoodian hello?
We blew him up.
He smiles at this, but the smile is one of recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. Who is Aethys? God of rebirth and redemption. Formally, anyhow. Maybe that's why they call him something different from where you're from. I had other questions. If you were to be hanged, what are you still doing here? Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just figured out where I'm going. Not a whole lot of places there that don't think Waidwin's legacy started with a Waidwin. Well, we could travel together. Where are you headed? Someplace called Caed Nua. There's an old watcher there who might be of some help to me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath.
Damn.
A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
That is a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. As long as you're not the one picking the sights.
He tilts his head forward and gives you a pointed look. Oh, nice. They brought back one that somebody they thought dead since chapter 6, and this is 4 chapters later. That's some good storytelling right there. Let's get going. All right. Hey, we got like a party going on here. Look at this. All right, let's take a look and see what our new homie has as far as armor and everything. See if we can improve upon it. All right, so let's take a look. He is rocking PR7. Pierce proofed. Second chance, so he's better than that. Good, good, good. Ooh, I like his saber. That is a cool saber. I might take that from him. No. Alright, so rapier and so his saber. Okay, he has a shield which uses a heater, which is 12 deflection. I've got 12 deflection for it. Okay, it's the same as the one he has. Just have a round shield instead of a heater. And then he has a sharp instead of accurate saber. Which we'll go ahead and leave him with his own. But we gotta give him a ridiculous hat, as is our way. Boom! Ridiculous hat acquired. This is cloak. It's just a cape. Okay. Cloak of the Obsidian Order. Or a hood. Perfect. A hood for him. Oh, it's a red hood. Okay, well, silly. Here we go. Bam. Oh, look at that hat. Now, we'll give him the soldier hat since he seems soldier. Be easier to find when I'm going quick. So let's get him in the other hat. Since that hat is not nearly as good as this one. Bam! Wizard hat. There you go. Oh, the colors are specific to each character. That is kind of cool. So, neat. Okay, cool. His ability. Good. Okay, he's a 3rd level fighter. He's a meadow folk from the Deerwood. He started out as a farmer. It looks like he has 2nd wind, which is good. He can grants 45 endurance. He can use level 0 scrolls. He's got level 2 camping bonuses. He wears Saints Wars. He's got armor plus 3, damage reduction to piercing. That's pretty neat. Let's take a look at Aloth while we're here. He is a wood elf from Adir Gentry. He leather armor, 10% ability to AoE. He's got distant advantage, so plus 5 to accuracy, deflection, reflex against distant enemies. So keep him in the back, because this is kind of, you have to kind of manage this as like a little party altogether. He's got a bunch of spells, including Arcane Assault, Distant Advantage, 2nd Wind, and his 1st level wizard spells, Dazzling Lights, Fan of Flames. Wait, Dazzling Lights, is this just a... Okay. So this causes Dazed for 15 seconds. Fan of Flames. Burn damage to cone, so this is kind of like Burning Hands. Sunless Grasp has a cold. They touch freeze damage and reduces accuracy, so kind of like a Chill Touch. Minor Missiles is Magic Missiles, if I had to guess. And then Wizard's Double. 40% deflection until hit or critically hit. That's kind of neat. Create a duplicate of the caster, so this is Mirror Image. That's pretty good. Alright, so those are 2 remembered. We'll head on. Bring Eder to speak with Merrill. Alright, that we can do. Man, this tree is dead. Let's take a look at our map. Ulfra's house. Let's check who Ulfra is. Not quite the same as being backed up at a server. Interesting. Building the Warden's Lodge in your stronghold grants access to... Okay. Yeah, got a party rolling. We've got Aloth, the sorcerer, and then we've got Eder, the fighter, both voiced by Matt Mercer, weirdly enough. Let's see who this is. Ulfra? A Deerwoodian woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Hello.
Well, finally, I was starting to think... The woman makes a startled noise once she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. Can I help you? Because we just barged into her house. I just arrived in Gilded Vale and thought I'd get to know the locals. Were you with one of the caravans? She looks hopefully. Master Odemus by chance? I was, and afraid the rest of the caravan was killed. She covers her mouth with one hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but strangled, voiceless grasps, grasping in her sprint ears. I knew. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Kaliska was always certain she could take on any danger. Afra sniffs. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here. If only I hadn't written her. She might still be alive somewhere. Afra's face crumples into a solitary tear slides down her cheek. Callisto mentioned that she thought you needed help. Perhaps I can provide some assistance. Afra looks at you with some surprise before dabbing her nose with a sleeve. That's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I could impose this upon you. It's not a small favor. She wipes her eye. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Kaliska as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time, every child born in the Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Redrick exiled all of them, calling that a sign of the gods' disfavor. With my Hathor gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. Oh no! I have requirements not met. Okay. I hoped Kaliska could help me. They say Renga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent the child from being hollowborn, but she moved south to Anslog's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey is too far for me. I can't make it as I am. I know I don't have anyone else now, with Kaliska gone. More tears run down her face. Please, can you help me? I'll find Renga for you. Kaliska was one of my first companions, so I'm doing this for her. You will? Oh, bless you. Here, I'll give you coin to pay for her with. I'll give you the coin to pay her with. You needn't trump yourself with that, but I think it's a drink she fashions out of. Well, I'm not sure, but it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. You have gained 20 copper. You've earned reputation. Reputations can be held with communities or factions in the Eastern Reach, and will affect how many members of that group respond to you. In some cases, friends or enemies of those groups will also react to your affiliations. Helping a group will increase your positive reputation with that group. Harming a group will increase your negative reputation. It is possible to have a mix of positive and negative reputation with a group if you help and harm in equal measure. Anslog Compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. We'll have to cross the wilds to get there. That's why it keeps me from trying it myself. She clasps her hand together. Thank you again. Truly, you'll be saving us both. And she sets a hand on her stomach, smiling through the tears. Well, all right. I'm gonna pet the kitty. I'm not.
Aye?
All right.
Good day to you.
I'll bring agrees to help. Any chance you could tell me a few things about the Gilded Vale? Certainly try. Would you like to? Whose lands are these? The Redrick family has held a title over these lands for generations. Their keep is northeast of here, past the eastern one. Wouldn't go near, mind. He doesn't see visitors or petitioners these days. Let me think. They're farmers mostly, but there's always been work and opportunity for people coming in from elsewhere. In the old days, at least. The Black Hammer Smithery has been here for a long time, and that Tuatanu's place south of the mill. And then there's the Black Hound, just way south of here. She sighs, trailing off. I have to admit I don't go out much anymore. With that horrible tree out there, things aren't like what they used to be, and I don't have anywhere else to go. Oh, here we go. That doesn't require privilege. Oh, damn. We did 2, which I really need explanation for now. And they have a month away. Oh, that's crazy to have to wait so long. It's kind of nice, though. Like, anticipation. Like, it's something that I'm kind of... Streaming has taken away from us. Like, the only real one, like... things that I look forward to, like a lot in advance, are books coming out. Like, I know the Brent Weeks books. Oh, good God. The Burning White's coming out. It's going to be the 5th book and final book and an amazing story that I really want to be able to finish. Alright. Picked up a quest to help a pregnant lady not have a soulless baby. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Maybe, baby. Talk to these schmucks up here. Oh, he has a name. Zlox the Usurper. As you near, you feel vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out. I'm gonna reach out for that soul. You see a lone man standing in a field. He looks around, surveying the crops. Occasionally, he bends to examine a leaf close up. He is intent on what he's doing, completely absorbed in his work. This man approaches from behind him. He moves slowly, but does nothing to mask his approach. In his hand he holds a large sword. There appears to be no malice or hatred in the man's demeanor. He is almost pleased. The first man hears his approach and stands, turning away from the plant he was inspecting. His face breaks into a smile, and he opens his arms to welcome the approaching man. The smile freezes into a grimace the second the man thrusts his sword into his stomach. It's a blade now protruding from his back. His arms slowly fall to his side as blood starts to drip from the sword and onto the plants below the men. As the first man crumples to his knees, the second pulls the sword out, a tear slowly down his cheek of his still smiling face. Let's check out what Clink has. You see a small group of people gathered around the ruins of a house. The destruction continues out of the single dwelling. Through the entire village, not a single building stands. Rubble is scattered everywhere. One of the men in the group leans over something in the debris. It is this man, younger, barely more than a boy. The man reaches out and shakes the boy by the shoulder. The boy makes no sound and doesn't respond to the man's disturbance. The man looks up at the other members of the group and shrugs, standing to rejoin his friends. The boy suddenly sits up, eyes wide. He scrabbles backwards away from the group, looking around in horror. The group of men move toward him in unison, eliciting a yelp from the boy who tries to move further away. A woman in the group puts out her hands, stopping the rest. She turns to them reproachfully and motions for them to stay, and then looks at the boy on the ground, who is trying to push himself through what remains of a wall. He seems unaware. He has even stopped. The woman slowly moves towards the boy, hands out, speaking in a low, calming tone. For a time, the boy doesn't even hear. He just closes his eyes and braces himself against the wall, expecting violence. Eventually, the woman's words work through the fear, and he hears her. He opens his tear-filled eyes and stares at her. She holds out a hand to him. He looks at it, seeming confused by the offer, but then hesitantly reaches out. She takes his hand in hers and leans down to help him stand up. Interesting. Well, that's cool. This guy's a jerk. We should kill him. Other guy seems cool, though. He had a troubled childhood as a sad, sad boy. Talk to this villager. Probably just a villager. Been thinking there about joining the family over in Deerford. Deerford. They have it better than us. Far better than us. Alright, so that was that. Let's go ahead and... No. Ingrid's house. Windmill. Temple of Aethys. Let's go there. Okay, so spot the next one has to do with M16A1. Hearing again, corrupted by the virus. Oh yeah, that does not sound like it's getting to a floor anytime soon. They decided to make a meme anime for it? Really? That's crazy. Oh, there's somebody here?
Yeah?
Temple used to be closed up. I used to climb in on big stones. Grab everybody. Okay. Well, let's go take a look at this guy's old temple. Okay, so we...
Hope you're not expecting much. I haven't been in here for, must be 5-6 years. Used to be real nice. Bright. Warm. Of course.
Wharton. A man lies resting against the wall, lit by dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect to his, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted in pain.
Good day to you.
Ah! I thought there were some... Never mind. Who are you, and Who are you? You've traveled a long way to reach a dark place. This temple isn't what it used to be. Probably for the best. Times being as they are. He groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either, just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you warily. Maybe you'll have better luck. Better luck with what? Man points his finger upwards. These ruins around us used to be a temple of Aethys, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all around over the Deerwood. Even from Red Ceres, even. Not so much from Red Ceres these days. Until the war, of course. Even then, you've got to have some stubborn ones. The ones who couldn't get through their heads that God was dead and gone. Go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Rederick decided he'd been too lenient on the Aethosians. He had his people go in and put the sword to him. Left them down there, buried under a heap of rock. After that, Roderick ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Rederick's hoped for we'd rededicate the temple to a living god, and then we'd be forgiven. Legacy will end, see? He smiles. But until then, the temple as you see it, unguarded, that's where you come in. He licks his lips. Those priests maybe didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't sort of go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. Doesn't sit right with me. But if you get down there, you'll find the remains, and maybe you can give them a proper burial. Wharton breathes out. No small task. There's coin in it for you, though, if you need motivating. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I'll find them. I take it you aren't supposed to be in here. See, they're long dead. What does it matter if they're buried? You want me to bring you some skeleton? I'll find them. Then by the flame I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long it's crawling with creatures. If you get past them, the priests would have been down there on the lower floor. They'll still be there if there are any. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, check sconces, that sort of thing. Keep an eye out and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a look at. Maybe try to patch myself up some.
Hey.
Abandoned. Oh shit! All right. Go ahead and antipathetic field. Every spiderling. You. Arcane Assault. Not yet, so. And you trip. This spider.
Go! Hey there.
Oh, whoa, what the fuck? The antipathetic field can hurt my own allies. That is horrifying to know.
Hey.
Oh man. Okay, let's. Okay, so. Good. It only hurt his. Okay, so defender. Okay, so that's on autocast. Yeah, Edo got freaking messed up like hell. All right, so let's go ahead and give him a hold ground, and make him aggressive so he gets up and knocks people down. We'll go ahead and put his AI to. No, let's give him just damage dealing for now. And then
hey there.
AI. Oh, I leveled up. Bam! Alright, let's take a look. We got 6 points left to use. We've got lore up to 3. Let's take a look here. Lore up to 4. It would take 3 points to advance, leaving us with 3 more. I think stealth is going to be something good to get up here, so I'll take 2. We got 4 left. So. Alright, so I think lore is going to help us with more topics and stuff, so I'm gonna spend it on it. And with our last unused points, we'll carry on to the next level. So I'm gonna save this last one to put into something more next level. All right, so we've got Mind Blades. That sounds kind of neat. Co-ops the target's essence, generating a slashing blade force that attacks them before leaping up to 5 additional targets. So 4 slash damage, jump to targets times 5 slash damage accuracy. That's pretty good. Phantom foes invade the nines of targets in an area of effect, causing them to believe that they're surrounded by phantom foes, leaving them flanked for the duration. Pretty good. AoE of effect, frighten and accuracy versus well. Interesting. Psycho-vampiric shield. The Cypher uses target strength of the mind, stealing a portion of its resolve in order to better deflect incoming attacks. That's pretty neat. Recall agony. Causes the target to relive psychic trauma of an injury moments after receiving it, experiencing the damage all over again. 30% of all damage reapplied. That's pretty neat, depending on what we do. Mental binding. Overwhelms the target mental paralyzing it and causing it to emit a shockwave, which can leave nearby enemies stuck. Ooh, that's kind of a nice AoE kind of crowd control. Amplified thrust. Bounces psychic energy harmlessly off of the target into the closest nearby enemy, causing pierce damage and violently pushing them backwards. Okay. So I think I really like Mind Blades, and then probably Mental Binding, since it's an AoE that causes stuck and paralysis. So we'll go and grab those two. Alright, cool. Alright.
Sure.
Soul Watcher. Getting endurance for this press. Oh, that's kind of neat. It's okay.
Hey there.
Hey.
You to then I will Mind Wave. Little one.
Hey there.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Interesting. Get in there. Attack something.
These ones are in for a warning. For Athens! For Athens!
Yeah, everybody attack together. Man, it's so funny. This is meant to be kind of like paused and turn-based, but at such a little party, we just mash the crap out of them. Okay, second wind. Let's take a look at these. Imperial furniture branded with scorch marks.
Hey.
Okay. Whoever sat here left in a hurry. Ink has dribbled across the scroll, obscuring its contents. Dang. Oh yeah, what's that? No. Surely not. No. Oh man, it's about 6:10. It's time for dinner. So I'm going to go and hop off for a little bit. Might be back later. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, this has been a really fun game to go and save this one. New save. Oh wow, it already auto saves like 1,000,000 times. That's pretty nice. But 2 already? Good God. All right. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and say goodbye for now. We'll be back tomorrow with more streaming. Yeah, hopefully I'll get off early tomorrow and can do even more streaming. I think I'm going to play some more of this just because I forgot how damn good the writing in this game is. And that's one thing I've got to say. There's not a lot of games that have this level of writing and commitment to the writing on every single speech bubble and everything that you go through. So I will, you know, I'm trying to catch up to where I was last time. And so this has been interesting because I found things that I didn't know of last time. And so like these are actually both missions that I missed completely. So this is kind of fun and interesting to be able to dive into them. So we will be back tomorrow with some more Pillars of Eternity. Thank you guys for watching. We're now going to post-credit roll some ads. So if you don't have any ads, you can enjoy the song and everything. But for now, we'll say goodbye and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.